I want to welcome everybody to this May Solidarity session. And as we do with our other calls, is I'm going to ask everybody to introduce themselves with your name and if you have any organization affiliation. And then after that, we're going to go with our guest speaker. And then after that, any other updates and so forth. So this is being recorded and will be available on YouTube after in probably about a week or so. All right, so I'm going to start. I'm going to ask people to introduce themselves as I see you on my screen. It may not be necessarily the arrangement that it is on your screen. So we'll start off with Jim Scanelli.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Scanelli. I'm the past chapter president of Montville Unico, and I'm also a member of the board of directors of Italian American One Voice Coalition, and I'm also a member of NAGA.
Thank you. Go to another Jim Bonassi.
Jim Bonassi, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and president of the Italian American Association of Louisville. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Jerry.
Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great evening. Jerry Carleo from Colorado, the Colorado Italian American Foundation. I'm chairman of that organization.
Thank you. Nicholas Pirro.
Nicholas Pirro, vice president of the Columbus Monument Corporation, Syracuse, New York.
Great. Well, we'll be talking about that tonight, so I'm glad you're here. Okay, Raymond Venero.
Hi, I'm from the Dublin, New Jersey Unico. Our chairman asked me to watch the meeting and join with you guys.
Great, Ray. Welcome.
Thank you.
Rich Esposito.
Hi, everyone. Richard Esposito from Greater Westfield Unico in New Jersey.
Thank you. Tony Santarelli.
I'm Tony Santarelli, a member of the Italian American One Voice Coalition.
Thank you. And back from Australia, Martha.
Thank you. It's Martha Lanzalotti, and I'm a member of Italian American One Voice Coalition. I'm from New York City.
Thank you. Robert DiBiase.
Good evening, everyone. Past chair of the New Jersey Italian Heritage Commission and currently with the Italian American Task Force, and I'm a board member with One Voice.
Thank you. Kathy.
Hi, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm a retired sales rep and mom of 3 kids, and I'm a volunteer for NAGA.
Thank you. Rafael.
Rafael Ortiz, author of Christopher Columbus the Hero, the book.
And several other books.
Yes.
Dr. Peter.
Peter Cognetti, past president of Scranton Unico, past president of Lackawanna County Columbus Day Association, and just back from Gubbio, the Race of the Saints, the La Festa dei Ceri in Gubbio, Italy.
Oh, really? You were in Italy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just got back last night. Yeah.
I was at the race in Pennsylvania, so
up in Jessup. Yeah, that's the wall. This is the race in Jessup on steroids.
Yeah, no, it's a big tradition. For those of you who don't know about it, you should look into it. It's very interesting. Okay, next up.
600 years old.
Wow. Dr. Ann.
Amazing.
I'm Ann Wolko. I'm past president of Unico National and a board member of One Voice as well. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you. A former guest speaker, John, you're back.
Hi, John Straccia from Macomb, Michigan, and I'm from the Church of Jesus Christ, headquartered in Monongahela City, Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, thank you. Josephine.
Hi, I was able to connect finally. I'm so sorry. Hi, everyone. It's Josephine Mayetta. I represent the Association of Italian American Educators, and I also have a radio program at Hofstra University. And I belong to One Voice, and that's it.
Thank you. Frank Lorenzo.
Hi, everyone. Frank Lorenzo, Vice President, Italian American One Voice Coalition.
Great. Becky, you made it. Go ahead, Becky.
Hi, I'm Becky Clayton Anderson. I live in Central Illinois, about 3 hours south of Chicago, and I'm the president of NAGA.
Thank you, Becky. And we have someone new that Becky just introduced me to today, and glad that he's on. If he could unmute himself, and Chief Tecumseh Brown, if you could introduce yourself.
Hi, Tecumseh Brown Eagle. I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm the chief of the Erie Indian Mound Builders Tribal Nation. We support your cause. I actually found an interesting fact in the late 90s about Columbus, and no one has given me other than the information I have, a different explanation why they took him back in chains after his third visit. He was basically against the slaughter of the indigenous people by the conquistadors. And he was, it wasn't, I mean, he was Italian, but the whole flotilla wasn't. They were different people, but they throw anything negative on Columbus. And we did, while we were researching, we found that information out. So I'm just happy to be here and to support your cause. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Andre.
Thank you, Chief. And
Thank you.
had an interesting conversation with him. And in fact, I've asked him to be our guest speaker on the next meeting so you can all hear about it. Very interesting stuff. So we look forward to you being guest speaker at the next session. Next up, I'm going to introduce our guest speaker for tonight. We've had him on before with a very important information about the Syracuse situation. And there's a lot of stuff that's brewing right now in Syracuse. And that's why we had to have him in now for an update and probably a call to action at the end of the call. So please welcome Anthony Ilacqua back to the call.
Thank you, Andre. Appreciate that very much. Thank you very, very much, everybody. And I'm glad Nick Pirro is with me on this call. Nick's our vice president and former county executive in Onondaga County. So we are we're fighting the fight in Syracuse. Things are heating up again. And so Andre asked if we'd come on and talk a little bit about what's happening and where things stand. We, as many of you know, we have a magnificent statue in Syracuse to Christopher Columbus. It was erected in 1934. Nick's dad, my grandfather, and a lot of our ancestors were part of building this monument. And as Italian Americans, we're proud to have it there, and we're doing what we can to everything we can to make sure that it continues to stand. So we've spent the last 5 years arguing and fighting and litigating with the city administration over their plans to remove the statue. And we have a new administration in City Hall now. And however, nothing's changed. There's still a move to remove the statue. Their approach to it now is somewhat different. And frankly, what they're doing now is we have an organization association in Onondaga County, the Onondaga Historical Association, that received a grant from the Mellon Foundation. The Mellon Foundation has a presidential initiative known as the Monuments Project, intended to reimagine and reconsider all of our public spaces. And so they have provided a grant to the Onondaga Historical Association. What is it, Nick? A couple $1 million, I think.
Like $1.8 million.
$1.8 million, yeah. And so what the Onondaga Historical Association is underway now is what they call this full circle design competition. And the intent is to reimagine the circle and the surrounding area, and to by the end of the year to arrive at a proposal for the city. And this is not different from what they've undertaken in other communities. I know Columbus, Ohio, the Mellon Foundation conducted a similar exercise there. And after 2 years of study and discussion, they came up with a proposal, and nothing has happened there yet. But in our community, it's an accelerated process. The expectation is that a team of designers will prepare proposals for what the circle and the surrounding area could look like. Whether that includes Columbus statue or not, they're not saying, but Quite frankly, it appears to us that that is their intent, is to remove the statue. There will be a jury team of unnamed decision makers that will actually conduct the reviews and make a recommendation. And so by the end of the year, we expect that they will produce a recommendation, and we're fighting back because we know what the ultimate outcome will be. And Nick, if you want to jump in at any point, because I know you've had some direct conversations with the OHA, and so feel free to jump in. I don't have a formal presentation other than to explain where we stand. So where we are right now is we're awaiting this process to unfold. We are conducting a public campaign to point out what's happening. We're out there on social media. We're out there doing lawn signs. We're doing billboards. We're out there fighting back, pushing back, and with the expectation that ultimately this is going to lead to the city rubber stamping whatever comes out of this competition that they're holding. So it never seems like this battle is ever going to end, but that's kind of where we are. We're just in the initial stages of the fight, and we've been at this for about 5 years, 6 years now, and it doesn't seem to be letting up. So but we got the fight in us, if for sure, and we're going to push back and continue to fight. We're going to go to court. We're going to do everything we can to stop this moving forward.
All right, and just for some information, Anthony, so I know we've been getting some very detailed emails about this. I think I got one from Nick Pirro and from others with great information about this historical group. And unfortunately, we've seen over the years that word reimagine really just means get rid of. And so that's what we've seen in other places. So, when they're using that code word, which I guess is supposed to be a nice little code word, it really means they want to get rid of things. And that's the Columbus statue. And for those of you that weren't on the call with Anthony the first go around, that statue, it's a beautiful statue. It was dedicated actually with participation from Native Americans at the time was dedicated. And it actually has the busts of 4 Native American chiefs that surround the pedestal of the statue. Yeah. And it's in a beautiful location, a very central location. I have never been there physically, but I've seen the photos of it. It's really very, very nice. And Nick, I think on one of your emails, so one of the emails, there was an email address that you asked people to write to express the objection or the concern with this reimagining. So is that something that you still want people to do?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The Onondaga Historical Association has basically sold themselves for this Mellon Foundation money, and while they should be protecting the history of the Columbus Monument in Syracuse, we just feel we can't trust them because we think this is just another attempt. As Tony Ilacqua pointed out, the previous mayor, and I think he engineered this before he left office in December. He tried 3 different groups to get the monument taken down. And despite the fact in every group we were outnumbered like 5 to 1, the people could never come to the conclusion to take it down because they knew it was wrong. And now they're trying this artistic contest, as Tony pointed out, with this group out of Minnesota that's been picked to run this, and they're well known for not favoring what we stand for, and so we're dealing with it. As Tony pointed out, they have a jury of 9 people that's supposed to make the decision, but they will not release the names of who they are.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, they won't tell anybody who's making the decision on this thing until after it's over. That's when they'll tell us.
Wow.
It's such a scam.
This is what we're battling. And by the way, our for everybody here, our website is columbusmonumentsyracuse.com. A lot of the information's on there. We're fighting the battle. Tony's been right up front, doing a lot to help get the word out, and our organization is doing the same, but we need all the help we can get. And certainly, even though no matter where you're from, letting people know that you're not going to stand for this helps us.
And that's what we want to do, Nicholas. That was the purpose of having you on here. Let me ask you the name of that organization, the Onondaga Historical Association. That's the OHA.
Oh, right.
Is that a Native American name?
Well, we're in the county of Onondaga. It's a Native American. The Onondagas are one of the
that's a tribe.
Right.
They're one of the tribes of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy.
Okay. And did they actually receive a grant of $1.8 million to do this?
Yes, they're paying everybody. My understanding is that they're paying, Tony, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're paying the people that are on the jury. They're paying the help with the OHA. They're going to be paying all the artists that are going to be selected.
Yeah. So and they're traveling around to other. They're actually going to.
They're doing everything they can to win this tax.
They're gonna travel around to other communities to assess their what's happening with Columbus and other cities, communities around the country. So yeah. Anyway, that's what's happening with the Mellon Foundation. Do we have? I don't know what kind of time we have, Andre, because look at Nick's got Chris with him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, there
this
he
is this is an actual replica of the statue here in Syracuse. This one weighs about 45 pounds. So but it was crafted by Renzo Baldi from Florence, Italy, shipped here with the money that was raised by our ancestors, Tony's people, my people, nickels and dimes and quarters they got out of people in the 1930s, early 1930s, to build this. And it's not only a beautiful statue, but it's also a beautiful fountain. And I think Tony mentioned it, but the Onondaga's chiefs were at the ceremony because they were invited. The next day, they made the sculptor, Renzo Baldi from Florence, an honorary chief of the nation.
Unbelievable.
And in 92, when we did the quincentennial 500-year anniversary, one of their top chiefs, Irving Powers Jr., was on the committee. But now we've got a couple of renegades out of the Onondaga Nation who are making a lot of noise and making it believe that the nation is against it. But Oren Lyons, who's the faith keeper, has publicly said, and it's in print, that they'll have nothing to do with it. So that's the battle we're fighting. But they're making it believe like the entire nation is against it, and they're not.
Who was it? Who was it that said they're not getting involved?
Oren Lyons, the faith keeper of the Onondaga Nation.
I see.
Can I, do we have, how much time do we have, Andre? Do we have 5 minutes?
Yeah, we have more, and then we're going to open it up if anybody else has any questions. But go ahead, you have 5 minutes, please do.
I'm going to share a little bit of if I could, I'm going to try to share a little bit of a video. Can I do that?
Yeah, hold on. Let me open up the sharing.
Okay.
Okay, you now have it.
Okay. So let me share. Let me share this. And this is a little video that that they've put out on their website. And I want to just start this because can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
The Full Circle Design Competition is to create a new heritage and education site in Syracuse, New York. The space is the St. Mary's Circle, which is more commonly known as Columbus Circle, and an adjacent
You can see how beautiful that is.
Yeah.
vacant lot known as the Paulson site that was once home to a business school.
It's intended to be an inclusive space
a space where all people in our community can come together, can celebrate the rich, diverse heritage of our community. We want it to be a place where people gravitate towards. It's in one of the most prominent public spaces in downtown Syracuse, surrounded by beautiful architecture, significant civic spaces like the courthouse, the old Carnegie Library, as well as religious spaces, namely the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception.
There is a county office building, historic abolitionist church that is believed to have been a stop on the Underground Railroad.
When I first ran for mayor, if someone would have told me that I would propose that we relocate the Columbus Monument, I would have thought they were crazy. But that really speaks to the power of dialogue. We have an incredible organization in Interfaith Works that specializes in dialogue. So we partnered with Interfaith Works. We conducted dialogue circles around the Columbus Monument, and we brought together very diverse perspectives. One of the things that came out of the dialogue circles was the common theme of oppression. It was the oppression of Italian Americans in our country that ultimately influenced and encouraged our local Italian American community to raise money to erect this monument as a source of civic and cultural pride. And so it's important that while that monument is a symbol of oppression in and of itself to many in the community, for others, that was their response to oppression.
Whether the statue gets modified or doesn't, there is still this opportunity, and this is what people really wanted, to have a park downtown that celebrates the many, many different traditions, many points of view, many ethnicities and groups that make up this beautiful part of our country. This park can celebrate all the people.
When we're talking about public art,
So
if we are going to celebrate a community, we have to truly understand that community.
Our Contested Histories project
I'm going to,
has over a dozen case studies that are just on Columbus statues and monuments, from Boston to Buenos Aires to you name it. Each situation is a
You
little
got to
bit
stop it,
different.
Anthony.
Each
can I stop it?
community has its own history,
not
has
seeing
its
it
own
anymore.
culture. Although you can learn
Yeah, I
from
stopped
other
sharing.
examples,
So
Okay.
you got to turn off the video now.
see
Okay.
similarities.
Oh.
Sometimes you can have
Sorry.
an epiphany or an inspiration from something you see somewhere
If I can
else.
find it, I'll turn
It
it
needs
off.
to be something that fits your community. The city.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
A lot of code
I
words.
just wanted to give you a taste of what this was about, and what they're, how they're approaching this. So you get a pretty good idea of that.
I like the way he says the signs of oppression, the oppression of the Italians, but also the oppression from the statue. Ridiculous.
Yeah, of course.
It's a beautiful, beautiful monument.
Yeah,
and
no, it's a
beautiful
great,
statue.
great
And
location.
it's the heart of our community. It's just a beautiful, beautiful plaza. And I just, it's not hurting anybody out there.
And it's called Columbus Circle too. They said it themselves.
Well, it is. Yeah, it is.
And I want to add that Ben Walsh, who was the former mayor, just went out at the end of December. He had a chance when the Supreme Court of New York State ruled in our favor. We knew our lawsuit was premature. He had a chance to drop it, but again, he appealed it. He spent over $200,000 of taxpayer money with an outside law firm when he's got 20 lawyers working right at City Hall. He was just determined that he was going to take that statue down. I'm sorry to say, but I've called him a bigot, because if you look up the definition, he certainly fits it. It's too bad. His grandfather was mayor. His grandfather, when he was mayor, had insisted on putting the wreath on the monument every Columbus Day.
Wow.
His father was a congressman, and every year when he went in Washington, he would co-sponsor the Columbus Day proclamation. Son comes along and falls into a trap, and unfortunately now he's using his position to be a voice, because he doesn't want to lose, and we're going to make sure he's a loser.
Okay. All right, we're going to open it up for some questions now. I've got Martha's got her hand up. We'll go first, and then we'll go to Dr. Peter. Go ahead, Martha.
Great, thank you very much. I have two questions, and the first one is there any effort in making a counter video showing the contrast of what we're seeing now in this very political video. I mean, I'm bringing up the subject of the guy running for mayor in LA. His videos have been fantastic.
Yep.
Whether he wins or not, or governor, mayor, yeah. Whether he wins or not, who knows? But they are certainly gaining traction. And I'm wondering if a video of that kind, showing the contrast of what it is to take down a statue of such significance is in Syracuse. And the other question I have is President Trump. He is very much a Columbus fan, and we know that he put a statue there at the White House, near the White House.
Yes.
Has there been any effort to contact him? Politics aside.
We have been working a number of channels to see if we could get the White House attention to where we stand. That's absolutely correct, Martha. And to be honest with you, the video of that nature is a wonderful idea, and we're working on. We're a low budget grassroots operation. We're working on lawn signs. We're working on, we have 8 board members is all we have, and
Right.
we have a limited budget, and we're working on putting up some billboards, and certainly, with the resources that would come to bear, I mean, that would be a wonderful idea. We could utilize that because we have a wonderful social media network of a few thousand people that are supporters, maybe more. I don't know what it is, but
I would like to post. I would like to post something on social media. So
Okay.
how could I do that? I mean,
Okay,
how would
so
I get?
I can connect.
Yeah.
I can connect you directly to our postings.
Okay.
Absolutely, and you can share everything that we're posting. We're putting content out there on a regular basis through Facebook, and Instagram, and So
And Anthony, when I do the follow-up email to this, give me those and links and whatever you have, and I'll send it out to everybody.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what we need. We need organic support. We need the kind of support and ideas that you're coming up with. That's exactly what we need. Because this is a big fight. So.
Okay, Dr. Peters next, and then Tony. Go ahead, Dr. Peter.
Sure. Nick, Tony, what kind of coalition have you put together there? Have you been able to reach out to all the different Italian American organizations? You have to have a bunch of them there in town from Unico on down, and other ethnic organizations. Part of what we've been doing here is to reach out to other groups, obviously. And with that, how about, do you have any politicians in your corner? Are there any that
we do have some, but one of the things that we did last year or the year before, was it? We held a rally at the statue, and it isn't just about Italian Americans. To be honest with you, we see Christopher Columbus and that statue to be about all immigrant groups, right? And we had a rally at the statue, and we brought down Ukrainian Americans, German Americans, Irish Americans.
Wonderful. Yeah.
It's the story that all these immigrant groups share, and they support us. And the Polish Americans, I mean, it's the same story, right? It's about pride in your homeland and love for your new country. That's what it's about, and that's what Columbus stood for our ancestors, right? And that's what it meant. And so we were working at trying to build coalitions with not just Italian American groups, but other ethnic groups that are immigrants. I mean, I think that's what the story's about. Nick's been very instrumental in a lot of that. He's been working with quite a few groups one-on-one, and has been doing a lot of that. As far as political support, we've had a number of people. I know Congresswoman Claudia Tenney is in our corner and is working on a resolution in the Congress that will hopefully get some attention from the White House. We have, unfortunately, our congressional representative in the 22nd Congressional District is not all that interested in supporting us. But we are, reaching out to others, and we have the support of Congressman Mike Rullo in Ohio, who's chair of the Italian American caucus in Congress, and he's on our side. And so, I mean, we're working on it. It's
Tony, let me add also, Bill Magnarelli, who's our dean of our assembly delegation in Albany, is supporting us big time. Our county executive, Ryan McMahon, is supporting us. So we have a lot of political support. The very interesting thing is, despite 5 years of doing this battle and having pretty much a city council of all one party with the previous mayor, they never brought it to the council for discussion, a vote, or anything over 5 years, which goes to show that they really don't want to get into this battle. But this past mayor, Ben Walsh, that you saw a little while ago, just decided he was going to keep this fight going all the way through. It's too bad. It's taken a lot of time and effort, and it's going to be an expensive battle. Fortunately, we have 9 attorneys, all pro bono, 4 former judges, former state senator, and 4 private attorneys that are all on our side that will.
Oh, I think we lost Nick.
Yeah, I think it froze up.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a good legal team. I know we've got some terrific attorneys that are all on our bed. So we're ready to fight that fight. And the thing is that nothing really is going to happen until this recommendation from this design competition goes to the city. And at that point, the city has to take action. And the city has a number of steps that they have to go through. They have to go through a planning commission. They have to go through a public
battles as we go along legally.
Go ahead, Nick. Froze up.
Yeah, you froze up, Nick. We lost you there for a while.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
That's okay. We got you back.
Tony Santarelli has a question.
Yeah. First of all, I think that statue is the most magnificent statue I've ever seen of Christopher Columbus. I mean, it took my breath away. God. My comment, and Andre, maybe you can correct me if I'm off on my evaluation, but I remember we had a fight to preserve the Christopher Columbus statue in New York City. Remember?
Yes.
Okay. And we went to the governor, who, if I remember, declared it a National Historic Monument.
Yes.
So it could be touched.
Yeah.
Is there a way that you can get the governor of New York or somebody to declare that a National Historic Monument so it can never be touched?
Well, interestingly, you're absolutely right. In New York City, the Columbus statue and the monument there were declared a nationally registered historic site and preserved. And we've worked. We talked to Angela Vivolo and the folks in New York City about that, and that we know what we have in Syracuse is a little bit different. Since 1980, our statue and all of the surrounding neighborhood have been part of a historic preservation district. So while the statue itself is not actually got landmark status, the entire neighborhood, we're the focal point of the neighborhood. So any changes that have to be made are going to require changes to that National Register designation, which means they've got to go through the state parks on behalf of the Department of Interior. And that's going to be an uphill battle for them to fight. But that's what our Landmark Preservation Board in the city is intended to be. That's why they're there. They're there to preserve landmarks, right? They're not there to take landmarks down. And so not only are we part of a nationally registered historic district, we're already protected. I mean, the preservation planners from New York State Parks Department have already told us that that's as much protection as we can have, right? We're protected. But that's not going to be enough if the Landmark Preservation Board, if the mayor's appointed board decides to do away with it, right? It's that's how that works. So we've got to fight that fight at that level. The other thing is that we're part of the city's permanent art collection. And in order to change it, they have to decommission a piece of the permanent art collection of the city. And the Syracuse Public Art Commission has to act. So we're going to fight them there too. We're going to fight them at every battle. But that's
all right. Jim Benassi.
One thing I was wanting to send up to Andre is some things that I had pulled together. I think when we're in the 250th anniversary of this country, we ought to remember that Columbus wasn't made such an important part of our heritage. We didn't wait until 1891 or 2 or 3. That's after all, we do have our our nation's capital is named after Columbus. And if you look back at it, what was happening in that era, and I don't think these people on this committee have any idea of this. There was a lot of your Irish and your Scots-Irish who they just loved kicking the English. And the one guy who really symbolized that was Christopher Columbus. Yes. He was the guy that came over, and when you start looking at that, Columbus was adopted as a symbol of this country from the very start. And right after the war, the American Revolution, for instance, Columbia University, which had been called King's College, was renamed to Columbia. So, right. I mean, this idea of, using, I guess you might call it, to use a common, present phrase, name, image, and likeness, it started right away. So there probably weren't any significant Italian immigration to this country, at the time of the Revolution, not like it was a century later, but those are some of the things that you might want to throw out at these guys. And one of the other books written that I saw was a book that was entitled, there was 2 books. One of them was 1491 and then 1493. The significance of Columbus is that we had two parts of our hemisphere that had no significant contact for 10 or 12,000 years. So that was one of the significance of Columbus. He brought us together. And so, when we finally came up and we had all the lynchings literally lynchings down in New Orleans of Italians, why did they choose making Columbus Day sort of a way to bring the, make things good with the various Italians? That's why. So, and by the way, these kind of groups like this, they don't, if you bring these things up, boy, they will throw all kinds of BS at you at these hearings.
Yeah.
Let me quit. I'm taking up too much time.
Okay, Jim.
No, that's good.
Beverly has her hand up.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, Beverly.
Okay. What James is saying is precisely true. I mean, this man is right on. And actually, the first Columbus Day parade and celebration of Columbus in the United States was organized by a group of Catholic Irishmen.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, the Irish love kicking on the.
I mean, Columbus. Unfortunately, I do believe that this and I have believed for some time because I am from New Jersey and I am very, very familiar with the city of Newark. I do believe that a lot of what is going on now actually is a question of racism. I hate to say it, but I believe it.
Yeah.
I do.
One thing I did forget, the initial sort of symbol of this country was Lady Columbia.
Yes, you're right.
And,
This man
and
is right.
two,
Listen to him.
two of the very popular songs were Hail Columbia, which is now the theme song for the vice president, and Columbia, Gem of the Ocean. So
Yep.
Columbia was used as before there was Uncle Sam or before there was Lady Liberty, there was Columbia.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay. Thank you. So
Thank you.
we are going to have a call to action from this session. We'll send out the information. They have a specific person that they want us to email. So we'll give out the email address. And if, any of the other links that you have, Anthony, that I could send out to people, certainly we'll do that in the follow-up email.
Absolutely.
I do think it's, if it's at all possible to get any kind of Native American support. I know you said the local people won't do it, but maybe we can garner some additional Native American support from outside of that area.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else have any other questions for Anthony or Nicholas? Yeah, so Jerry, go ahead.
Thanks, Andre, and I apologize. I can't find the my little icon to raise my hand. So,
Okay.
Anthony, I want to share with you everything that you're saying hits home more than you can imagine because we've been fighting the same battle in Colorado now since 1984, and that was really at the end of the initial book that was written. Regarding the kind of reimagining of the Columbus history. So, without going into a lot of detail, the fact that you have a National Historical Registry area, it's not a state or a city thing anymore. It's a federal matter.
Right.
So it doesn't matter whether your mayor makes a decision or your design committee makes a decision. It's got to go through the National Historical Society. So please don't gloss over that fact. And in the takeaway from all of the organizations that are represented on this call, if we are all able to kind of pull oars with you in the same direction and bring up these points, the extracting those little sound bites from that individual that called himself the mayor about making it open to all and being inclusive and all of that other crap. That needs to be kind of presented just like a political election. There's sound bites and there's snapshots, and those are the pieces that need to be used for you to continue. I hate to call it a battle. It shouldn't be a battle. It's about the respect of our fabric of history that is a result of all of the peoples that have come here over the centuries. So those are the pieces and parts that really have to be laid out. Happy to lend a hand with you, and I just wish you the greatest success.
Thank you, Jerry.
It's a beautiful monument, by the way. We didn't say that, but I got to
Yes.
tell you, the overview and the compass, that's one of the most beautiful monuments that I've had an opportunity to see. So I want you to protect it with everything. It's a
We are
great
doing.
site.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
And Anthony, I think you have a photo that you showed the last time with actually the dedication showing the Native Americans at that dedication. Is that correct?
We do. We do. We
Yeah.
do. I don't know if I can grab it real quick, but
If
we do
not,
have that.
if you could send it to me and I'll send it out to everybody because I think that's very
Yes.
informative.
Yes.
There's
Yeah,
also a picture of the sculpture being made, the headdress being put on the sculpture with the chief of the Onondagas and the clan mothers right there. There's also that.
I'd love to get that picture also to everybody. That's great.
I might be able to pull it up real quickly here if I can find it really quickly. I think I know where it is. Newspaper clippings. Give me a second. Give me a
Okay,
second.
no
I almost
problem.
got it. Almost there. It's here we go. 1934. 1934. Yeah, here's a picture. Here's a picture. Hang on a second. Let me share this. I'm not sure if you guys can see that.
It's coming up.
Onondagas receive Italian sculptor as tribal brother.
All right, there we go.
Uh-huh.
Look at
Okay.
that.
Yeah, that's great.
1934, right?
Beautiful.
Wow.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I will share that.
That is
That was Renzo Baldi from
wonderful.
Florence, Italy, and he didn't plan on coming for the dedication of the statue, but he kind of came as a surprise. And the
Wow.
Onondaga chiefs, they made him an honorary chief of the nation.
That's great.
You know, that's solidarity 94 years ago.
That's
Yes,
wonderful.
indeed.
That's terrific. That's very important
That's
piece.
the definition of inclusion. I mean,
Exactly.
that's the snapshot
Yes,
right
yes.
there, Anthony.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I also want to add in there the architect was Dwight Baum, who did Hendricks Chapel and many buildings at Syracuse University, but is the brother of Baum that wrote The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
That's right.
Really?
Well, it looks like although we thought that we had the first one, it looks like they had the first solidarity session. So.
Sure.
Here's one
That's
more,
right.
one more picture. I got one more picture for you. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
great.
I gotta share another one for you because I got a hold of these clippings. I do have to thank the Onondaga Historical
These
Association.
guys
for the
are so
newspaper.
That's
good.
great.
But
But
there's
another
statue.
colorful parade.
That's Renzo right there,
Wow.
our sculptor, and that's
The guy that did
Awesome.
it. It's the guy that built it. Yeah.
That's great.
Amazing,
That's
right?
great.
Beautiful.
Anyway,
Terrific.
so that
Yeah.
history goes way back.
We'll send those out
And-
to everybody. Those great.
Not only
Yeah,
that, but,
absolutely.
Yes.
you know, I think I mentioned when I talked to you a few months ago, we talked about
Okay.
this,
So
that the chiefs, the masks of the Indian chiefs are displayed proudly on there, but at the base of the statue are these fountains, these giant shells, and they're held up by turtles. And turtles are, if you know anything about the Haudenosaunee culture, are symbolic of Mother Earth and the land. And so the architect 90 years ago recognized the connection between our Columbus coming to this country, but the standing on the shoulders of the people of the Onondagas and the natives that lived here. I mean, I
Right.
think it was significant.
Very good. Excellent.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony and Nicholas, again for a great presentation. We're going to have a call to action, action after this call from everybody to help out as best we can with our emails and phone calls or anything else we can think of. So that'll be sent out in the follow-up email. I'm just going to move on now. A couple of items that came up. I don't know if anybody saw in the news, but the Baltimore statue, where the Baltimore statue was, that was torn down in 2020. As you know, that statue was fished out of the harbor by the local Italian American groups. They put the pieces together. The new statue that was created is the one that's now being honored by being at the White House. So that's the statue that's there. But unfortunately, over the weekend, some malcontent vandals went to that pedestal, which still has depictions of Columbus's voyages on the pedestal, beautiful pedestal, and they put a porcelain toilet bowl on the top of the pedestal. The local Italian Americans were very upset because, unfortunately, the police in the area were told to stand by. That's what they were advised, so they didn't do anything about it. And then finally, after they complained, they had the local DPW take the toilet bowl down. I was actually interviewed this morning on Fox 5 in Washington, D.C., and I've got another TV appearance tomorrow morning about it. The local Italian American organization is very, very upset. They spent a lot of money in getting that statue up, and they've been protecting the pedestal. They've actually an iron fence around it, and they've got people watching it. But unfortunately, they got away with this another disgraceful thing that they did on that pedestal. So that's one of the latest things that's happened. Unfortunately, it continues around the country, and that's why we're here. We're trying to fight this stuff that's going on. Did anybody else hear about that?
No, did not.
It didn't make much news, but it's starting to pick up some traction now, and we're certainly supporting that. And also, if I don't know if anybody watched the Rededicate prayer service that they had in Washington over the weekend, But what was interesting was that Marco Rubio, he had a recorded presentation that he gave. They showed a video of him, and right at the beginning of it, he said that it was, Christopher Columbus that united the continents and led to the development of our country. So, I was glad to see that he recognized that during the rededicate ceremony. It was a long ceremony, it was a 5-hour ceremony, but his presentation, I thought, was very nice to hear that from the Secretary of State.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so as I said, we're going to have our next meeting will be in June 23rd, and our guest tonight, Chief Tecumseh Brown, is going to be our guest speaker. So if you just note the date of June 23rd, we're going to have our June presentation. Right now, I want to open it up. If anybody has any local situations that are going on or anything they'd want to advise us about, now would be the time. So if you could just raise your hand or let me know you want to speak. Anybody?
Andre, can I just make a comment?
Sure, John, go right ahead.
Just an additional comment to the person that made the remark about the land being turtle connected with the turtle or turtle island. A lot of them in the Northeast, especially the Anishinaabe, they talk about Turtle Island. It's really North America to them. That is Turtle Island. And what's really interesting is they believed it was birthed out of the water. So the land rose out of the water. And that's very similar to Genesis when God brought the land out of the water in the creation act. So the stories are really connected together a lot, just to bring it up, that we have a lot more in connection with Native people than maybe we think we do.
Absolutely. And the fact that I bring it up because to me, it's fascinating that the architect in the 1930s made that connection. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was that to me is significant.
Certainly a different world than we have today. And I do want to bring up, Frank Lorenzo, who led our legal study group. There is case law precedent about Italian Americans being a recognized group pursuant to the 14th Amendment. And we've used that in our lawsuit against West Orange for taking down the monument. So if by chance this reimagining occurs and they want to put up another statue instead, that would be direct discrimination against Italian Americans. So I do have that case law, and I'll be happy to share that with you if you see any need for it with respect to them proposing some other statue going up. Yes, Beverly, go ahead. You have to unmute. You're muted, Beverly.
Hello, I said, would you share it with me? I'd really, really like to know the case law on that.
Sure. Yeah, we have a little brochure that Frank.
I also want to say before we end this meeting tonight that I congratulate all of you on the work you're doing. It's so encouraging to me. I'm 93 years old, and I can tell you I have experienced the terrible prejudice against Italians. I can tell you in the 1950s, young Italian American women like me, girls, were so grateful that they were Puerto Ricans because they got all the bad, dirty jokes and we got off the hook for a little while. That's how bad it was. So I feel sorry for those girls because we went through it. So just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a splendid job. Thank you. From me, thank you.
Well, always great to have you on, Beverly. We appreciate your perspective. Thank you. And by the way, tell everybody what your background is.
My background? Okay, yeah. My people come from a medieval village in Campania called Torre Pachilli, and they did extremely well in the United States. I'm very proud of my Italian heritage. My family names are Adesso and Luminello. So if you know any of them, please give them my email address. Happy to meet them. I am a New Jersey, retired New Jersey and Florida attorney. And that's about it. And I just happen to live an extremely long time.
Great. Thank you, Beverly. Okay. Anybody have anything else they want to bring up? We're coming up on the IBM hour right now. So,
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody. Thank you very much for attending this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate our guest speakers.
Fantastic.
And we look forward to everybody. We look forward to
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
so
me.
very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you
care.
all.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Good
Good night.
Bye-bye now.
Can I say can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I have to say, as an Italian American woman, one of the things that's wonderful is Italian men are the handsomest men in the world. I don't care what you say. Thank you. Good night.
Okay, Beverly, thanks. Good night, everybody.
He speaks the
Thank you
truth.
very much, Andre and everybody.
Good night.
He speaks the truth.